Hey, it's Huey here. I was a political scientist for a while, and now I don't know how to describe myself, but I make videos on current affairs and also talk about some theoretical questions regarding politics and policy issues. At first, I try to focus on being funny and entertaining, but these days the news is getting heavier and heavier, and I have a hard time writing jokes about them. It's psychologically straining to joke about tragedies. So sorry about that. You heard about those US bombings of alleged drug boats, right? Yep. Some very disturbing details started to emerge, and I have to share them with you. The most recent strike happened on October 16th. What makes it different from the past ones is that there were two survivors. The Trump Hexeth strategy used to be not taking prisoners. But for some reason, whoever is in charge this time made a decision to rescue two survivors from the ocean, probably against the will of the administration. There was no detailed report, but I can almost say for sure that Trump and Hexeth were not happy about the rescue. It was announced on the same day of the rescue that the chief of U.S. Southern Command, a four-star admiral who oversees all Central and South America military operations, would leave his post the same fucking day, and announced by the drunk weirdo himself. I know, of course, correlation is not causation, etc., etc. But come on. This is an extremely senior position in the military, and this guy took command less than a year ago. And he's just 60, not that old. So what, he just suddenly wanted to spend time with the family? Either he had issues with the attacks, or he made the rescue decision and Trump had issues with that decision. So there has to be something. It can't be a normal job change. And according to Mark Hertling in this video, four-star generals don't get reassigned. If they leave the post, it means retirement. The four-star positions are specifically designed. You can't just add one out of nowhere. Anyway, the resignation story was not the strangest part. Only a day later, the US sent the two survivors back to their own countries. So, are they drug dealers or not? You guys held them for like a day? Trump claims that 25,000 Americans would have been killed by the drugs on that boat. Are they like nuclear drugs or what? 25,000 deaths. That would be 8 September 11th. But hey, never mind. You guys are going home. No criminal charges whatsoever. Bye. So here's what must have happened. The administration did not have evidence to charge them. Period. They did not find drugs. They probably did the bombings on a hunch simply to satisfy the bloodthirst of the MAGA constituency. It was even reported that the creepy guy Stephen Miller was coordinating the attacks. That explained why they were so eager to post the videos. Because for Stephen, what's the point of doing anything if it doesn't bring engagement on Twitter? If this info doesn't convince you, let's rewind back to one of the attacks in September, where everyone in the boat was killed. That attack was almost forgotten, but yesterday a Colombian outlet published an interview of the family of one of the victims. They said that the guy was a lifelong fisherman who was not involved in drugs, and the boat put out a stress signal and was waiting for rescue. And the location of that boat was in Colombia's territorial waters. Later, the Colombian president also retweeted and confirmed the story. And of course, Donald was not happy. He immediately called President Petro a drug dealer and ended all the aid payments that helped Colombia battle drug production. And then he added, guess what? More tariffs. Donald did not deny what the report said, though. Well, the White House did say the report was baseless, but exactly which part? Was the guy not a fisherman? So what's the evidence? Or was it not in Colombia's territorial water? Then where exactly was it? Nothing. No details, no counter evidence, just more tariffs. As if tariffs are this magical counter argument against everything. This is pretty frightening. Remember, a lot of people used to say that the military would not carry out illegal orders, so don't worry. That's pretty naive. Maybe some officers will resist those orders, but they'll just be fired. Easy. Eventually, whoever controls the job appointments will be able to find people that are willing to play along. And of course, you should also take into account the fact that Trump posted a video of him dumping shit from a fighter jet. It doesn't matter how watery his poop was, considering the initial speed of a jet and considering how crowded the streets were. That dumping would definitely get people killed. So that video was not just a poop fantasy, it was also a fantasy of killing. So I highly suspect that one day he's going to treat the US cities like he treats those Caribbean boats.